Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 53 of The Good Screen. My name is Russell.
My name is Lauren.
And this is a podcast where we take a break from the bad screen of work and our phones. You know, phones are bad screen.
Yes.
And we talk about what we've been enjoying on the good screen. Usually it's a movie. This week, it ain't a movie, guys.
We're not talking about
We're
a movie.
not talking about movies this week.
Oops, sorry.
We are just talking about video games.
Yay!
However, we did watch a movie.
We did.
And we were thinking about making this episode just called Episode 53, the movie we watched.
The title.
The title
Insert
of the movie.
title here.
Insert
yes.
title, yes. But I think we're just going to start with that this week.
The movie?
Yeah, so this week, both you and I, Lauren.
Yes. Together, we watched this movie.
We watched a movie.
Yeah.
We watched Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah, we did.
There wasn't a lot to say about it.
No, there really wasn't.
Last night I told Lauren I feel like we were walking into another Bill and Ted scenario, which historically in the Good Screen lore was an episode where we talk about the movie for about 5 minutes
and talk about everything else
for
like an hour.
Everything else for like an hour. And Will Party, our friend and listener and semi infrequent co-host, always cites that episode as being like insane because we hardly talk about Bill and Ted. So I will say,
we're sparing you, Will.
Yeah, we're sparing you, Will. Robin Hood Men in Tights is a fantastic movie.
It's pretty funny.
It's funny. Some, of its time. It was made in 1993.
Yeah, it's as old as you.
It's
30 years old.
It's 30 years old this year.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically, it's a movie. It's a funny movie.
Yep. Check
Sorry.
both those things off the list.
Sorry if you're my age or maybe 10 years older and Mel Brooks is like your god and you want us to talk about it for more than 5 minutes, but we liked it. It was like...
There's not really a lot to say. It was funny.
It was funny.
The guy from Princess Bride was in it.
He was. Dave Chappelle was in it.
Dave Chappelle was in it.
Maybe his first acting role.
Maybe. We didn't do any research, so
nope.
Theoretically.
It's all a mystery.
Yeah.
Oh, Patrick Stewart is in it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. It was a movie.
It was a movie. It's a funny movie. It's definitely good for like the background where you don't really want to pay too much attention to it. Yeah, or that.
Yeah, there wasn't we just really don't have anything constructive to say about it, but we did like it.
Yeah, I would consider it a good scream. It's on Hulu.
I think we watched it on HBO, or no, it's called Max now. What do you think about all these streaming services like changing their names like every 6 months?
I think it's annoying.
Did you hear Disney bought like the last bit of Hulu or Fox or whatever? So now they officially
they're
own
buying
Hulu. They own Hulu.
Yeah. I think Disney needs to be taken down.
Disney needs to be taken. I think
somebody needs to be strong enough to fight that fucking mouse.
I think they are taking themselves down with how things have been going recently for them. I think that their new movie Wish will give them a big boost hopefully give them a big boost in the box office and kind of like right some wrongs of the last like year of their releases, like the superhero movies and Star Wars. Well, Star Wars didn't have any theatrical releases for like I guess 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
But like there's just so much like fanboyism with everything that's not like Mickey Mouse. Ironically, everything that's not like Mickey Mouse or like Disney animation. Well, there's a little bit of fanboyism with Disney animation. Disney adults. I personally like, even though Turning Red wasn't my favorite movie, and that was a Pixar movie.
Yeah, well,
like,
Disney owns Pixar.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I have no complaint, and I thought The Little Mermaid was fine.
Yeah.
For what it was, Peter Pan was okay.
Peter
Pan was the closest we got to a bad screen before Beau Was Afraid, I think.
I think so.
Because I think I liked it, and you said you didn't like it.
I thought that it was stupid. I thought it was unnecessary.
It was definitely unnecessary. And But overall, like, I think that their biggest problem is the superhero stuff and the Star Wars stuff, which is very controversial.
It's weighing them down.
It's weighing them down.
It's holding them back.
What if they like just sold off those franchises and became like, oh, we're just doing animation now? That will never happen.
That would never happen. But I feel like if they did, a lot of people would enjoy that.
I think a lot of people would enjoy it. I think
if they went back to focusing on animated movies.
My hot take on on Star Wars is they need to completely wipe the slate clean.
I want them to focus on not the fucking Skywalkers for literally one series.
They need to either go to another galaxy far, far away, completely unrelated, but the same,
they're still Jedi
magic system. Yeah. And maybe go more into that, or go far enough back in time where nothing is consequential to the Skywalker stuff, which they are starting to do.
Yeah, but do you know what they're going to do with that?
What?
They're going to have like this whole giant series about this person like coming of story where they learn to be a Jedi and stuff, and then they're like, I'm going to make my name Skywalker.
Are they really doing that?
That's what I bet so much money on that they're going to do.
Like the origin of the name Skywalker?
Yeah, that the first person be dubbed Skywalker.
Probably. I wouldn't put it past that. But I heard that the High Republic stuff, which is like before the Old Republic, which is what the games were based off of, I heard that those books are actually really interesting.
Yeah.
But they're all books now. Yeah, basically Star Wars is a big problem. Marvel is they're in panic mode over Marvel now. Because the latest few shows have been panned and like online for like the last 2 years.
Yeah, nobody's watching them anymore.
Nobody's watching them, and the people who do watch them like hate watch them, and they're like, oh man, this is like, and it's not
like
giving
watching
them
it to see how bad it is.
To see how bad it is, and like, and then if you just search Marvel sucks now on YouTube, you'll get like 100
billion videos.
Yeah, 100 billion video essays on how Marvel's bad now.
Yeah.
I personally want to watch all of the newer Marvel stuff and catch up with it just to see, like, in my own opinion, see how bad it is. I heard She-Hulk is definitely like the worst of it all, but like, is it? I'll find out. I won't talk about it on here, but I'll find out.
Why isn't She-Hulk as big as regular Hulk?
I don't know, Lauren. I really don't. I don't know.
It's not fair.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So, but yeah, they're in panic mode over Marvel Studios right now, and they're like trying to bring back Tony Stark, like Robert Downey Jr.,
which is so stupid. Is he even coming back?
He said he'll come back.
I thought he quit because he was sick of it.
He said he'll come back.
He was sick of not being able to do other movies because he was locked into Tony Stark for the rest of his life.
He did Oppenheimer, and he was like, you know what, that was kind of boring. I'll be Tony Stark and fly on a green screen for 2 hours a day.
He was in Oppenheimer?
Yeah. He was the...
Oh, yeah, he was... Yeah, I remember now. Oppenheimer style.
Yep.
Wow, how was your kombucha, Russell?
It was good.
Yeah.
I'm not done with it yet. There's still a little left.
There's still some left.
Yeah, I'll drink that later. But overall, Disney's just incredible. I just love, Disney.
I'm glad you're of that opinion.
I'm kidding. I think it's definitely like you have too much.
Mm-hmm.
Give. Same deal with like gaming right now. Like too many like.
It's the same like 3 studios that own everything anymore.
Yeah, and like, I would say like Microsoft is probably like, oh, I shouldn't even say that. That makes me sound like a fanboy. Like Microsoft gave their studios like full power to do whatever they wanted, and then they made Redfall, which was like not doing that great.
Yeah.
And like came out in a broken mess and stuff.
Oh.
And then when they just bought Activision Blizzard, and then once that happened, they were like, okay, guys, big brother Xbox is gonna look over all your shit. We're watching all the shit you do now. We're quality assurance, whatever. And then as soon as the deal goes through for Activision, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 came out, and apparently you have to launch Modern Warfare 2 on the PlayStation to run the third one.
What?
Yes. You have to launch the game from last year to launch the game from this year. That comes on a disc, by the way.
That's so stupid.
I just do not get what the fuck is going on in any industry.
What if you don't own last year's game?
It just downloads it for you.
Well, you just get it?
You get a download for it if you I don't I don't touch those games. Every time I'm like, maybe I'll go back. Like, it's been like 15 years since I played a Call of Duty game, whatever. And then I see like, oh, it's 200 gigabytes and stuff like that, or 500 gigabytes on like the Xbox or whatever. And it's like, why? Who does this?
You need a whole separate external hard drive just for that.
Who does this? And then I remember that it's just the people who have been playing it for the last 15 years.
It's like the only game they play.
Yeah,
they don't need room for anything else.
They play Call of Duty, and every time they're not playing Call of Duty, they beat their wife.
Yep. Pretty much.
Sorry for anyone who actively plays Call of Duty. Like, it's your fault for being in this like demographic. Okay.
Yeah, I feel bad for your wife.
Jesse plays Call of Duty. I shouldn't say.
Oh
that.
no.
Our friend Jesse plays Call of Duty.
Well.
But like, I think he's like the weird outlier.
Yeah, I think he is an outlier. Oh, did you see his engagement photos that Will took?
Oh yeah, they're very nice.
They're very nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
well,
good
someday
screen.
we'll ask you to take our pictures.
Yeah. Will Party, if you not Will Party. If you need engagement photos, just talk to our friend Will Party.
Yep.
Speaking of photos, no.
What? I
was going to talk about this program that I downloaded.
Okay.
But I'm not going to. I don't have enough to say about it yet.
Okay.
Wow. So yeah, Robin Hood Men in Tights is
It's a
an
movie.
okay movie. All right. So again, this week is a little different. We have something kind of big that we're working on.
It's going to take a minute. But like, I think we're going to have a podcast like regular before they come out too. Mm-hmm. After this one. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to have like an explosion next week, like midweek. We're going to have like a 10-hour episode.
No, it's not going to be that long. We always say like this is going to be our longest episode ever.
It is going to be kind of long though, I think.
It is going to be kind of long. But we have something cooking.
Do you know what we should have been doing?
What?
Like recording each chunk separately and then amalgamating it.
Yeah, but like I feel like it would be more fun to do it all in like a gauntlet.
Okay.
I will have like a notebook full of things I want to talk about.
Okay.
And like comparisons and stuff like that. But yeah, we are working on a very big project that I will broadcast to the highest of highs and the lowest of lows when it's done.
Absolutely.
But until then, you get this. Lauren and I have been playing video games.
I've been playing a video game. I've been playing 2 video games.
2? Mm-hmm. You did not tell me about one?
No, you know about one. I think you forgot. I bought it at Just Press Play.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lauren and I both have 2 video games to talk about.
Yes. Mine are thrilling.
We last week, there was just so much I was playing, but this week it's all in focus. Mm-hmm. But all right, Lauren, I'll let you go first.
Okay.
And then I'll do one, and then you do your second one, and then I'll do my second one.
Okay, great.
All right. Number 1. Lauren's yawning even though she got an extra hour of sleep today.
I haven't had any coffee yet.
Today is the first day in America. Oh my God, I hate that.
Period. Today's the first day in
America. In the United States, and I think Canada does this as well.
I don't think they do.
They don't?
I don't think they do.
Oh, today's the first day in America of daylight savings time being over.
Yeah, I think Canada just is that time all year round.
Yeah, we're back on standard Eastern time.
God, spare me, please.
And this is what it would be like normally throughout the whole year if we didn't do this.
Actually, wait, no. It was the same time in Canada when we went there in the summer.
Oh, it was, yeah.
So maybe
they do it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
They might do it as well, but either way, everything is an hour back, and in the autumn, that's fine. The mornings will be brighter, and then the nighttime starts earlier, which is whatever. I mean, it gets like that anyway.
It's poopy for me though, because I don't even get up in the morning, and then it gets dark at like 6:00.
You don't get up in the morning at all?
I get up at like 10.
Yeah, but then
you know
the sun's out either way.
I don't spend my day in the morning.
Right.
You know? I can't wait to move to first shift. Yesterday was so nice.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Lauren worked a morning shift yesterday.
Yeah.
And I got a little sneak peek at what our lives will be like.
Very nice.
Very nice. Especially on a Saturday. That was very cool. Okay, but anyway, so I didn't get an extra hour of sleep because I was using my daylight savings to wake up earlier. So I woke up at 6. I woke up at 6 today.
I totally forgot. So yeah, I guess maybe I overslept. But also I noticed that like when I come to sit and record, I think part of the reason that I start getting tired is because like
You're stuck?
No, I'm like very present of my breathing.
Oh.
And so I think I slow down my breathing so then I get tired.
Oh, wow. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think that's what happens. Because I don't have anything else to explain it.
Okay.
I think I literally lower my blood pressure and I get tired.
Interesting.
Well, I don't know. And also I still need to make some coffee.
Mm-hmm. I could use some more coffee later.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, Lauren.
You've
been playing a video game.
I have. Sorry, I thumped the table. And
that was
the water
weird.
Cooler
the water cooler
woke
up.
So I stumbled across this game when we were at our favorite local game store, Just Press Play.
Yes.
They should sponsor us.
They should sponsor.
Have you told any of them that we have podcasts? Have you mentioned them
I
frequently?
have not mentioned my podcast to any of them.
Okay.
And I don't think I will until we get back on our regular routine.
Yeah.
But there's a local game store called Just Press Play. It's in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
They have a Centerville location and they have a York, Pennsylvania location as well.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the Centerville location one time by accident.
Accidentally.
Well, not accidentally.
No, I put the directions in for that one.
Oh,
we
okay.
We didn't know it was that one.
It was nice. It was still nice. Either way, very cool. Like, we are insanely blessed by this game store.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. They get everything in.
This is like the mecca of game stores.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know it. Like, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, how the fuck did they get that? I do not know how
I don't know.
the logistics of it all, but like we wound up in like game store heaven.
And there's a coffee shop right next door.
And there's a coffee. Whoa. But yeah, it's a very nice store. And you got a game.
I got a game. I actually got both my games from this store. But so this one,
I got one of mine.
We stumbled across it when we were just kind of there on a Saturday, like we normally do sometimes, most of the time, on my Saturdays off. And I bought it. And this game is very special to me because I played it a lot when I was a child.
Right.
It is called The Sims Animals.
Sim Animal. Yeah.
It's about where you are like this omnipotent god.
You are basically God.
You are God.
They call those games God games. They used to call them God games.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are God, and you are looking over all these different habitats of animals, and you are encouraging them to move in. You are feeding them. They are having babies.
Can you kill them?
Some of them eat the other ones.
What?
I just unlocked the one where there's owls.
Ooh.
And the owls just want to fucking eat everything, and it's kind of annoying.
Owls?
Yeah.
How the fuck do they even eat everything? They just sleep all day.
They, at night.
Oh.
The animals that aren't, like, in their trees, they'll eat them.
Oh, wow.
But it's also frustrating because this is the one where you get hedgehogs.
Oh, hedgehog.
And
like Sonic.
Just like Sonic. And so, yeah, this game is very nostalgic for me. I still remembered all of the sounds and everything. Like, they never left my brain.
Lauren has never mentioned this game before. You've never mentioned it before.
I don't know. I thought I still had my old copy of it, and I even went looking for it after I had bought it, but I must have lost it at some point, because I thought I still had it in my case.
But now you have it again.
Now I have it again. It's very good.
Cool.
Well, it's good for me. I wouldn't suggest this for anyone unless I know they have a background in playing The Sims or that they like life sim games.
Yeah.
It takes a special kind of person to really love Sim Animal like I do.
Usually a woman. Women love The Sims.
We do. I've never played, like, real Sims.
I'm surprised you never have.
I just never really was interested. We had a friend who would play it a lot, and I would just watch her streams of her playing it, like, on Discord, Rachel.
Oh, yeah.
And so I would, like, get, like, a third-party experience from that, you know what I mean?
Secondhand
Sims.
Yeah, Sims.
Playing vicariously through her.
Right. That's what I was looking for.
And then there also was a couple streamers I used to watch that played Sims, but I never really felt like playing it myself.
I see the thing about like
people who play The Sims, like I feel like sometimes it gets to the point of like, this is how I want it to be, you know?
Well, a lot of people also really like playing The Sims because of the house decorating.
Right, and house decorating.
That's literally like what they play it for a lot of the times is the house and like world decorating that they do.
I know.
And they couldn't give less of a fuck about the people.
Yeah, I know in like people who would play The Sims in like high school would always make like their crush and like make the reality they want it to be.
Yeah.
And I think in a way that's healthy and also kind of like
I think that's a shared experience between dolls. A lot of people.
Yeah, it's kind of like a digital voodoo doll as well because like that guy could treat you bad and then you catch him on fire in The Sims and get over it that way. And I guess in that way that's healthier than actually coping with it through a video game rather than like actually setting one on fire.
Yeah.
But that's what I think whenever I hear about someone who plays The Sims, I think like, oh, they've definitely done that before. Mm-hmm. But you only played Sim Animals. So
I only played Sim Animals. I'm fine. Unless I name one of my animals Russell and I feed it to an owl.
To an owl, yeah. Oh, that'd be weird.
Or there's bears and wolves later on.
Yeah, there's a bear on the box art.
There is.
Very cool.
Yeah, the bears come later.
Do you ever get like humans?
No.
No, they're just animals?
There's like traces of humans. Like one of them is like on an old farm.
Oh.
And stuff like that.
Are they like...
One's like in an old junkyard and that's where the raccoons and crows are.
I remember in SimCity there were like natural disasters that could go through.
Yeah, that happens too. There'll be like lightning storms that set trees on fire.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are there ever aliens, like UFOs?
Not that I ever experienced.
No, that'd be very cool if they put that in Sim Animals.
That'd be very cool.
You got like alien animals?
You got an alien animal?
Yeah. Yeah, The Sims is a steep slope.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot.
I always wanted to play the ones on the GameCube. I almost got the one on the GameCube. It's the same trip we went to Just Press Play. Mm-hmm. Because I never knew Sims 1 came out on the GameCube and Sims 2. And Sims 2, like, that controls, like... You just control your character. Mm-hmm. But like all the other ones after that on console, there was like a cursor that like it was 1-to-1 with the computer game.
Yeah.
Except for I think the Wii one.
I don't know.
Or maybe not. I don't know. Either way.
I never played any of
them. Never got into it. I think you would like My Sims on the Wii. Mm. So Sim Animals.
Yeah, Sim Animals.
Are you still playing it?
I haven't in the last few days since I got my second game, but I was playing it a little bit after work.
Oh, that's very nice. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
What's your game, Russell? What's your first game?
My first game I want to talk about.
Your first game ever.
My first game ever. I've been playing a lot of games.
Yes.
Since we last had a podcast.
Yeah.
And since we last had a podcast that didn't get audio jumbled.
Yeah, that's depressing. I'm still worried about it now.
I'm worried about it now, too. We've been talking for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Do you want to pause and check?
Honestly, yes, I do. Let's pause and check.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works. All right, so our audio is not messed up. I just stopped and started. Oh, someone...
It's the water cooler.
No.
What?
That's something outside.
Okay.
Yeah, someone's leaf blowing. Someone's leaf blowing outside. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
The first game I want to talk about today is a game that I picked up 2 weeks ago, but when I was playing the game... you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to talk about the other game first. I started playing Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
I started playing Stardew Valley. I've had it since, like, 2016 when it came out. I got it, like, the week it came out. All my friends were like, oh, you got to try this game. Let's all try this game. Didn't have multiplayer yet, but, like, I played it for, like, 4-ish hours. Not too long. It was fun. And then I played it sporadically, like, our friend Rachel, when we were playing games with her and stuff.
Yeah.
Tried multiplayer, but I never really, like...
Yeah, multiplayer, like, came out when we were friends with her.
Yeah, and... I never really got, like, super into it because the multiplayer was, like, you all had to be there. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna... Yeah, I'm not gonna always be there, so... Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna go get some milk and cigarettes. But I never really got into it, and then, of course, I live with Lauren now, and Lauren loves Stardew Valley.
I do.
She's played it a lot on her Switch. She's played it a lot on her computer.
Yep.
She's played it a lot on her MacBook.
I have all the vinyls. I have a collection of Stardew Valley merchandise.
Half of the presents I got Lauren for Christmas last year were Stardew Valley related and we got them at Just Press Play.
Yes.
So if you ever need any, if you're a big fan of Stardew Valley,
they have a fan gamer deal where they get a lot of fan gamer stuff.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
They're like buddies.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so never really got its hooks in me, and then especially after the weird fiasco with your multiplayer Stardew Valley earlier this year, I was like, that game sounds a little too competitive for me. Whatever.
It's really not.
And then I was playing a lot of different farming. Like I got Story Seasons, Wonderful Life.
Yep.
I got Rune Factory 3, which I haven't opened yet, which I'm kind of worried about playing now that I played Stardew Valley, because either I'm gonna like that more or I'm gonna like Stardew Valley more. Like,
yeah.
I would, in a perfect world, I want to play and enjoy at least like a year of all these games.
The unfortunate effect of Stardew Valley is that it makes everything pale in comparison.
Right. So I started playing Stardew Valley for real on my computer, and I really like it.
Yeah.
It's definitely like amazing. It's a very chill game, especially by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I did the default everything, regular farm.
Yep.
At the beginning, I wasn't really looking up anything, and Lauren like put her guidebook that she also got at Just Press Play.
Yep.
On my desk, and I don't really use it a lot. I'll be honest, Lauren. I don't really use it a lot.
Okay, that's fine.
I try to do everything as organically as possible because there really is no feeling of failure in this game.
There's not.
Unlike Story Seasons games, especially Wonderful Life, there's no ending. Mm-hmm. You don't die. You just keep going. Mm-hmm. And the game never really tells you what to do, other than like maybe don't get a membership to the Joja Mart.
And that's still a choice that you make.
And that's a choice that you can make. Like maybe I'll go through and play one time and be a Joja member.
Yeah.
And so basically what Stardew Valley is, for anyone who doesn't know what it is, Will and I tried to play it, another multiplayer fiasco, and he bought a beer on the first day.
Nice.
And it was shared income. And that was $400 of our $500 that we started with, and we couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So and I don't think he really got it as well, but I'm here, Will, to tell you, you should have let this one cook. I think he would really enjoy this game. Life can be very annoying, and work can be very depressing.
Yes.
But I think this game overall is a really good relaxant, especially at the end of the day.
Yeah, Will needs to break free of his own personal Joja Mart shackles and embrace Pelican Town.
Right. This game also starts with like a programmer like deciding that they were done with programming.
Yeah.
And working in a corporate environment.
They were
so that's like
corporateness.
That's your character's, every character's lore is that they're done with their corporate job. And they get a farm. They get Grandpa's old farm in Stardew Valley in Pelican Town.
Every person's dream, modern person's dream, is to inherit a large piece of land.
Yeah, they inherit
from
a dream
from a relative they don't even know.
And so basically, if you want to, I don't even think you need to plant a single vegetable.
No, you don't have
want
to. No. If you want to complete the community center.
But you don't have to do that. That's the thing. This game is so open-ended. You can do whatever the fuck you want. And basically,
you just want to mine?
You just want to mine, you can mine. So yeah, you start in Pelican Town, you have a little house, and then you can farm if you want to kill the time. It's a day-by-day game, so and then you can talk to all the people in town and build relationships with them, find out what their favorite gifts are. I found out a few favorite gifts the hard way. Nobody likes garbage. Nobody likes garbage, and not a lot of people like fish, or they just think it's okay. But either way, you can farm, you can fish. Fishing is like brought up the second day, and that's probably the most fun part of the game for me.
Oh yeah, the fishing is so much fun.
You can donate stuff Animal Crossing style to the museum. You can,
and same thing with the community center.
Yeah, you unlock a community center, which is kind of like a supernatural element to it.
So the difference is the museum is like gemstones and relics. Yeah. The community center is like goods.
Produce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things that you find either in the town or in your farm or
Well, there is one section where you just donate money.
Yeah, and then or donating money. But so the goal of the game is to complete that. Mm-hmm. And then once you do that, you unlock like the extra part of the game, which was released a couple years ago, and all sorts of stuff. And it really like, and again, you don't have to do, you could just wait until sleep until the second day, get the fishing rod, and just fish for like the rest of your time playing the game. It doesn't push you in any direction.
There's no consequences.
No consequences. Yeah, your friendship meter can go down with someone if you donate them too many fish that they don't like, or anything that they don't like at all. But it can also go up if you find something that they do like.
Yeah.
So I'm into fall, and I'm kind of learning how the farming operates. Of course, certain crops you can only plant in certain seasons.
Yep, most crops.
I have a lot of corn right now, but I really wish I planted it all at the same time, because some of it is good one day and some of it is good like 5 days later. And one of them just is good whenever, because I forgot to water one of them one day. But I'm learning like how to set up everything. Like eventually you get automation in your farm, like through sprinklers and whatever, and I feel like in my playthrough, I will get to a fully automated farm within a few years.
And also, well, never mind. What I was about to say might spoil something for you.
Okay.
Never mind. Eventually, there is a lot more automation type stuff.
Yeah,
I will say.
and that's fine. I know what some of the reward, and you get really good rewards for completing community center pages.
Yeah.
Books or whatever you want to call them. Glyphs, are they like glyphs or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get really good rewards for that, and a few of them are obtainable after a year if you pay attention. The only thing I would say that's bad about the community center, which isn't a knock or anything, like there's no deadlines or anything in this game, is that you unlock it after you're done with probably like, well, for me, I got it like a few weeks in.
Well, do you want me to tell you how you unlock it?
You unlock it after you talk to everybody.
Yeah. Your first like 2 days should be spent talking to everybody.
And I missed like one person for the first week.
Yeah.
So I had like a full thing going on my farm, and basically I didn't know that it, and you only unlock one little part of it at first. And I didn't know that there was one for like perfect crops, and I did not have 5 of the spring perfect crop. So that one has to go until the next year.
You have to wait till next year.
Yeah, so that's okay. The only thing. Like, it doesn't really bother me. Again, there's no fear of missing out just because I did that or anything like that. It's very moddable. I modded anime style character.
Oh yeah, the modding
on.
community is insane. There are mods that people have put together where it's like a whole story, like a whole plot line that they add in.
Oh,
or
really?
Like even new characters or like different types of farms.
I wonder if someone put like Thanos in it.
What would?
Or like
what does Thanos bring?
What if there was like
Pelican
Freddy
Town?
Fazbear?
If all the villagers were just different animatronics, I think that'd be pretty good, actually.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, but yeah, it's a great game. Yeah. It's inspired me to get an ultra wide monitor for no apparent reason.
The Ultramine Stardew Valley is where it's at.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll ever happen, but it again goes into my list of computer games that could run on a laptop that will eventually have the most time on my Steam library, along with the Trails in the Sky games, Final Fantasy 14, and Halo Infinite could run on a laptop, so I will say that as well.
Okay.
I do not know why I built a gaming computer, Lauren.
You talk about this like every other day.
I have no clue why I did this.
Yeah.
The games that I've played that over 100 hours, I haven't played anything over 100 hours on Steam ever. Because I played Overwatch a lot when I built my computer for Overwatch.
That's cringy.
Yes, it is. And I played The Witcher 3 on GOG, Good Old Games, which is the CD Projekt Red thing.
Yeah.
So you don't see that. And what was the other game? Oh, Fortnite. We played a lot of Fortnite.
Yeah.
That was an over 100-hour game, believe it or not.
Yeah. Well, we played it so much throughout the years.
Yeah, and
do you think I can play Fortnite on my Mac?
No, because they don't allow it on Apple.
Fuck.
For now.
That's bullshit.
It is.
You can play it on your phone.
You can't play it on your phone anymore.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They don't allow it on the App Store.
Oh.
I think, man, it sucks that happened because...
Can I play it on Linux?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think it runs on Linux.
I was going to help me set up Linux.
You can't put Linux on this.
You can't?
I don't think so. It's a Mac.
Okay.
If I got a Mac, I would turn my computer into a Linux computer. Just to, like, learn it and stuff.
Okay. Do you know what I think that sound is? I think it's vacuum.
A vacuum cleaner?
Yeah.
I think it's a leaf blower, but our shades are all down. Anyway, so I'm really enjoying, like, Stardew Valley is up there with, like, the goodest of all screens.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend it to anybody who just wants a chill game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good podcast game or a good YouTube on the second monitor game.
Mm-hmm.
Play it on PC or somewhere where you have access to another screen if you really need, like, a full veg out session. Do you see my eye just switch there? No?
No.
Oh. If you need a full veg out session, play it on... It's fine on Switch, but, like, it's really nice to have a mouse and keyboard.
It's optimal on PC. On Switch, everything takes longer.
Everything takes longer.
Like, all your actions take longer.
I tried playing it through the Steam Link on our Apple TV, and it lagged really bad for some reason.
Oh.
And it just... I noticed how much longer it took to do everything. So, computer's definitely the way to go. But yeah, really good screen. And that is my first game. It delayed me playing my second game. It was that good.
Wow.
And my second game is definitely one of the best games that came out this year.
Okay.
In my opinion.
I don't even know what even...
And your second game might also be one of the best games for you that came out this year.
Possibly.
So do you want to talk about that now?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me yawn.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
My second game I got at our local game store, Just Press Play. And funny story, I went a day too soon. I had it marked on my calendar that it came out on the 2nd.
Tell them about, like, the pre-ordering process for this game.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when I pre-ordered it there, they had to create a whole SKU and everything and pre-order it just for me.
Nobody pre-ordered it.
I'm the only one who pre-ordered it. And they had to, like, create a whole profile for it and everything in, like, their system or whatever just so that I could pre-order it.
Right.
I've never felt more special.
Cool.
And so I pre-ordered it, and I had it marked on my calendar that it came out on the 2nd. So I showed up at Just Press Play on the 2nd, and I was like, hey guys, I'm here for Game of the Year. They were like, oh, it's actually not coming till tomorrow. I was like, oh, that's poopy, but okay, I'll see you tomorrow. And then
you were in the area though, so it wasn't like
I was running errands and stuff. It was fine.
You were with Lila.
Yes.
And you got me a pin of Doug
kissing Patty
Mayonnaise. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really good.
That's pretty funny. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, and so then I went back on the 3rd.
The next day.
On the next day, God said, "Let there be Fashion Dreamer." And so I picked up my pre-order of Fashion Dreamer and I brought it home and I played it. And so this game is very, along with Sim Animals, there's a theme right now of like inner childness.
Okay.
Because Sim Animals was a big game that I played when I was a child.
Right.
And the predecessor to Fashion Dreamer was called Style Savvy.
Right.
It's made by the same game studio. Like, I don't know if it's all the same team anymore, but it's the same studio.
It's the same. Yeah. Okay.
And so this is like a spiritual successor to Style Savvy.
Okay.
And so Style Savvy was a game on the DS, and you actually played it like
vertically.
You move it horizontally.
Yeah, like a book.
You hold it like a book.
In the book view. There were a few games like that.
Brain Age was one.
Brain Age, Hotel Dusk, and its sequel, Ninja Gaiden was one. And the crossword game. And I think Picross. Why the fuck do I know this? And Style Savvy.
Okay. And so the point of the first game, I will say, I like the plot idea of Style Savvy more than I'm enjoying the plot idea of Fashion Dreamer so far, but maybe I just haven't unlocked everything in Fashion Dreamer yet.
Okay.
So in Style Savvy, the plot of the game is that you are working in a small boutique at a mall. And you are an up-and-coming, like, not so much a fashion designer, but an outfit putter togetherer.
Right.
And so you are
a curator.
A curator, sure. Right. And so you curate a collection in your boutique of items to sell to people, and you create outfits for people based on these items.
Yeah.
And like you go to like this wholesale market basically, and you buy clothes to then resell.
Okay.
And you make outfits for people with these clothes.
And they're like, "Wow, these clothes are so cool. You have such an eye for design."
Pretty much. And then you're
so style savvy.
You're so savvy with your styles. And so then after your store becomes like a roaring success, you start creating outfits to be put on runways.
Oh.
And you start doing like runway competitions with your outfits and stuff.
Yeah.
And so then it's like a battle tower of fashion shows, and eventually you go to like the World Series of fashion, and the goal is to win all of them.
That sounds hilarious.
It's so fun. And so then this new one, and I played that a lot growing up, and You
got it recently too.
Well, no, I got that like last year, I think, or year before last at Too Many Games. You found it for me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was able to go on like Friday, but I wasn't able to go on the weekend, so I had you find Style Savvy for me.
And I did find it.
You did find it.
And it wasn't a bad price.
It was like $30.
Yeah.
Something like that. And so now we come to Fashion Dreamer, which was announced like in like early
I want to say the February Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Like it got into a Nintendo Direct, and all the dudes watching it my age were like, "Why are they showing this?" Meanwhile, Lauren's right behind me, screaming her head off over this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game was made for me.
Yeah.
And I actually had
I didn't care, by the way. I wasn't one of those guys thinking, "Oh, they're wasting our time."
Oh yeah. But I actually had kind of speaking of that kind of experience, I posted in Skyward server that I had gotten this game, and someone who replied, who I'm not gonna like say their name or anything or whatever, but
who is it?
Just some nobody.
What?
I don't even know. Some random person in Skyward server was like, "Why would you get this stupid looking game?" And I replied like, "I play games that I enjoy." Smiley face. Like,
wow.
Basically told him to fuck off. Anyways,
damn.
I could have said much meaner things, but I chose not to. And so, are you gonna go look for it now?
I'm looking for it. Yeah, go on. Just keep talking.
So this game is a spiritual successor in the fact that you still dress up people.
Right.
But that really is like the only thing that you do. So you control a character that's called a muse.
Yes.
And so you can like have a bunch of different muses if you want. You can customize their appearance to be like anything. Their character creator is actually pretty cool. And so you have your muse. Mine is named Pudding. And you go to these different like worlds basically that they call cocoons. And so you start out in Cocoon Hope, which is like bright, cheery. Like all of the different cocoons seem to have like a theme of clothing. The first one is very like cute, elegant, feminine styles.
Right.
And I have unlocked the second one. It's called Cocoon Act. That's more like masculine styles.
Ooh.
And so the background goal in this game is that you are like a fashion influencer.
Right.
And you are creating...
The times have changed.
Times have changed. We're no longer going on the runways. We're just posting on Instagram or whatever.
We have cell phones now.
We have cell phones now.
As they say.
And so I'm trying to like put thoughts out. And it's really hard sometimes.
Wow, I feel like I just got like a little like treat or a sneak peek as to what was in your mind right then. Do you think that often?
That is hard to make thoughts.
That's hard to make thoughts?
It's hard to put my thoughts to words.
Oh, okay.
It's so like jumbled in there.
I kept asking you because I had a game that I played earlier this year which won't be mentioned on the good screen because it wasn't a good screen, that I was looking forward to, probably as much as you were looking forward to Fashion Dreamer, that I did not like. So I kept asking you if you were having fun. You said yes.
Yeah. I'm having a good time with it so far. It is a little repetitive, I will say that.
Right. But it's not meant, it's probably not meant for like long.
No.
Yeah.
It's not meant for sitting and playing for 8 hours at a time.
Right. It's a relaxing end of the day game.
Yeah.
No. It is not the end of the gays.
No, it is not. This is
for the gays.
This is for the gays. This is for those who slay.
This is for those who slay.
Okay. So hold on. Back to the point of the game.
Okay.
So you are an influencer, and as you create these outfits, you like post them onto your website or whatever. Where it doesn't really say where it is you're posting these to. You're just posting them online.
Right.
And you're getting likes and you're getting follows. And so the goal is to get a lot of followers.
Yeah.
And the more followers you get, the higher your rank becomes. And I don't think you necessarily ever lose followers, but you just gain them.
What if you like make an outfit that's so offensive?
Oh no.
And it says like, what is there can you make like text on a shirt, or is it just like?
No, it's kind of just altering the colors.
Just the colors. Okay. So you can't make like, I hate hamburgers.
No, I think they foresaw that.
They foresaw that.
Yeah.
People making like worse designs than I hate hamburgers.
Yeah, a lot worse.
Yeah.
Like I hate French fries.
Or I hate milkshakes. Or the worst of all, I hate Wawa.
Oh my god.
That would
hate
be
chicken
terrible.
tenders.
Or I love
Worst
sheets.
offender.
Oh!
All right.
By the way, did you know Wawa has pizza?
Wawa has pizza. It's so good. So yeah, basically that's all I've gotten to so far.
Right.
Within the cocoons, there's like a lot of like characters standing around. And so there are two different modes. There's solo mode and there's online mode. In solo mode, you come across these like in-game characters that have like their own little like lore threads.
Yeah, and you need to make them
whatever.
an outfit that matches their style, their personality.
Kind of, or like
Yeah.
it's just what
Or
they're
what they
asking
want,
for.
yeah.
But then if you go into online mode, you create outfits for like other people that are playing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you can like I haven't gotten one yet. I have gotten like that like no so and so liked your look it. That's what
Okay.
the outfits are called. They're called look-its.
Look-its.
And so
Look at that.
yeah, look at me.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. All right.
And I have gotten like things like so and so liked your look it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I didn't play online mode last night at all when I played for like a little bit, so I didn't really check to see if I had gotten any.
Okay.
But once, so like the characters within the cocoons, like the in-game characters,
Yeah.
as you create their look-its, it's like you fill a heart meter.
Okay.
And you create like friendship levels with them, and eventually they'll create look-its for you.
Oh,
So that's fun.
that's interesting. And there are people playing the game.
Yeah.
It like
And
believe
I'm
it or
fairly
not.
certain this game came out in Japan first, like a minute ago, because
Okay. There's a lot of Japanese people.
There's a lot of Japanese and Korean people who have like a gabillion followers.
Oh wow.
So
outside, did you know, gamers, that outside of your little bubble of Spider-Man and Mario and what else came out recently?
Zelda.
Metal Gear Solid, Zelda. There's a whole ecosystem of gamers that are playing this game.
There is. It's a very select
and
distinct bunch.
Yes. So when
Brutal Moose played it.
That's right.
I want to go back and watch his VOD.
Brutal Moose, the YouTuber, played it. So when you got the game at Just Press Play, they also asked like why you. They didn't ask like in a bad way, but like they were like, why this?
Yeah, it was when I was picking it up on the Thursday.
Yeah.
They had asked like, because they were like, oh, you're the only one who pre-ordered it, and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And they were like what, like why did you want this game? And I told them about it's like a spiritual successor to a game that I played a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Called Style Savvy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lila and I talked about our shared experience of going onto google.com and looking up dress-up games
yeah.
and playing dress-up games in the browser, and they were all like, we do not have that experience.
Yeah, so it's like something that like a lot of dudes my age and a little younger, a little older, whatever age they are at, Just Play, who knows? That we never like.
It wasn't
thought
for
about.
you.
It wasn't for us. For once.
Yeah.
A big gaming event isn't for us.
For once.
And I think that's very special.
It is very special.
Yeah, I would compare. They didn't ask me about it. I guess the guy that you were talking to wasn't there.
It was Hunter.
Yeah, he wasn't there on Saturday. But I was about to tell them, like, I had it in my head. I was like, this is how I'll explain it to them. I'll be like, imagine if they remade The Sims 2. And you got pre-orders for it. It would not be the type of people that you get pre-orders for Zelda and Sonic.
Or like the people who like pre-ordered Animal Crossing but aren't pre-ordering COD.
Right. Yeah.
A different demographic.
It's kind of like that, yes. But like Animal Crossing is kind of mainstream now.
You know what I mean.
But like, yeah, if they remade like The Sims 2 or like The Sims 1, or probably just The Sims 2, or like what's another game back then? Shit.
SimCity.
No, SimCity was a dude game.
Sim Animals. Imagine
like
if they remade Sim Animals.
Yeah, if they remade Sim
insane.
Animals. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what was the other like. This is for the girls game. That isn't like Imagine Babies or whatever.
Yeah, those were all like almost offensive.
Yeah. Imagine being a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
Imagine
there was like Imagine Chef.
Imagine putting up with your abusive husband.
I think there's like, is there an Imagine Realtor? There's a lot of
there's a Realtor one. Yeah.
There's a lot of really weird Imagine games, and there was also an Imagine Fashion Designer game, and I never played it, but I did see footage of it being played. And Stardew Valley's, or not Stardew Valley, Style Savvy is far superior.
Way better. Okay. Is Stardew Valley better? Do you think too?
Oh, absolutely.
Just out of a weird comparison.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're enjoying Fashion Dreamer,
yes.
And you think anyone who grew up playing dress-up games on maybe not Newgrounds, but
no, a lot of mine were like Flash games that were on like I think there was literally a website called like
cooldressupgames.com.
It was called like dressupgames.com.
Okay. Yeah, if you are
and now they're all lost media because Flash is gone.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
And of course because the demographic that was backing up Flash games never played those games, they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I would also say maybe if you enjoyed Webkins. If you were in the demographic of children that played Webkins, I think you would enjoy
Neopets.
this. I never played Neopets.
Although Neopets was not just girls. It was the girls and boys.
Neopets was both. I didn't understand Neopets at the time when I went to play it.
I got Neopets trading cards one time.
I played a Neopets-esque game when I got a little older. But it's hard to understand as a child.
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, if you played Webkins, I think you'd be someone who would appreciate it.
If you have an eye for fashion, you might like this game. I'm not gonna play this game, but Lauren likes the game.
I do like this game a lot.
Very cool. Well, I'm gonna take it back to the regular gaming demographic for a minute.
Goodbye, my fellow gamers.
So, I'm playing another game on the Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
It is a game that everyone is playing, just to kind of wind it back again.
Yeah.
Not saying that it's bad that you're playing the niche game this week.
No. Nothing wrong with that.
I played Mario Wonder.
I played it with you too a little bit.
You played it a little bit, but that was like while I was playing Stardew Valley, and I think we played it for like a half hour, and I was like, this is very fun, but I want to go check on my farm.
Yeah.
But
I enjoyed playing it, but I am not a huge Mario game person.
Yeah, I think, honest to God, I wish that we just had like a day to play it, because I think the more you played it, the more you would have liked it. Because like it's very, there's no time limit on the levels or anything like that, or most of them, and it's very fun to play co-op, even with like the ghost. But I'll get into that later. But yeah, I'm playing Mario Wonder like everybody else. I'm gonna probably repeat everything that every IGN review, GameSpot or whatever said about it. This is the first 2D Mario game that's not a remake since New Super Mario Bros. U, which was... Yeah?
Is this 2D in the way that it's like a flat world?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I was going to say the character models are very
They
much
are 3D. They are 3D, yeah.
Okay.
3D, 2.5D. So
like a side-scroller.
Yeah, like side-scrolling Mario. Like original style. Okay, sorry. If anyone has watched our Mario movie episode, you'll know that I know a lot about Mario.
Yeah, Russell knows the most about
Mario. I did
Mario.
all that research off the top of my head.
Wow, it wasn't even research. It was just knowledge.
It was just knowledge off the top of my head. That was in my brain. But back in the day, they made new Super Mario Bros. Mm-hmm. And when that came out, people just wanted old Mario again. They wanted like Goombas and Koopas and whatever else, Piranha Plants, and they wanted the pipes and the blocks and the Mario Go Woohoo, and maybe not even the Mario Going Woohoo. That was just like had to be put in there because that's how it is. But they made that game. That game was huge. Yeah, it sold like 30 million. I only know this because I looked at like a video of like all those games recently. Mm-hmm. Like over 30 million copies were sold on the DS. It was like the second highest selling DS game ever. And then they made more and more, and then eventually like they all started feeling a little samey, and they were all very safe. They were very safe games. Mm-hmm. But they were very fun. The co-op ones were very fun to play with friends. They didn't really introduce anything new to like the Mario lore or anything like that. It was just like, isn't 2D Mario great? Look at him go woohoo. He can do the triple jump though. So that's the new part. Yeah. And he can get really big. And he can get some new power-ups or whatever. And those games, I think, honestly, for the time, those games were fun. Very fun games, whatever. Mm-hmm. But people got tired of them. And then 10 years later, now they made Mario Wonder. And the developers went on record saying, like, they did not have a deadline for this game. They just kept making the game. Which
is fantastic.
That is
honestly.
Amazing. That is
a huge innovation in like Japanese game making.
And it was only announced like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, so it's probably when they were ready they announced it.
When they were ready and they had it all like probably like pretty just much doing a few bug tests. Yeah. They showed it off and said, "Hey, this is coming out in November, guys. Haha, how funny is that?" We did it again, guys. A new Mario and a new Zelda in the same year. It's like the beginning of the Switch all over again, but now the hardware is aging out, and we're probably gonna make a new one soon. But so we might as well cap it off with something, right? Yeah. So again, like I said, people were tired of the old Mario, and it was immediately apparent that something was cooking here when they showed the trailer. Elephant Mario was the thing. Peach. Elephant Peach was shown later. And Elephant Toad with his ginormous diaper. Yeah. But this is like, and I've already told like some of our friends this. I was like, I think I might like this more than the old Mario games. So much so that it would make the new Super Mario games very, very hard to play again. Like it doesn't ruin them, but like there's so many good things that they added. Like everything animates better. It's not just the 3D Mario and like 2D regular assets. They took away some of the things that just felt weird, like the triple jumping mechanic. But they also added like every other Mario mechanic or like ability that he could do in like, I want to say like every other game. Like you can do the crouch to jump high. Yeah. You can do jump and then press the R button to they're called badges. You can jump and press the R button to spin, get a spinning jump in the air, which was a whole fucking like power up in another game. There's a grapple hook. There's like stuff that'll make you bounce off lava if you go into the lava, which handy. Could be used for like getting stars or whatever in a level. There's like a speed up one to make you go faster. There's all these things that like make it so that you can play the game however the fuck you want. You can not even turn them on. You can turn them off if you want to be like, oh well, these make the game too easy. I'm a pro Mario gamer and I don't need this. I've been using them every time and I love them. Yeah. I particularly use the crouching one and the spinning jump one because that just like makes navigating everything way easier. And the other cool thing I really like about the game is that every world has like new enemies. There's always the Goombas, there's always the Koopas, but there's also like the rhinoceroses,
Mm-hmm.
and there are these like goo things that are like gloop that I think are new. I think they're new.
Okay. I think they're all new.
They're all new. There's like chain chomps that you like wind up like a race car and then they go off.
That's
Like
cool.
every level has like a new like thing that it's introducing, and it introduces it as well as Mario introduced playing Mario every time. Because when Mario came out, the first level was set up to show you how everything worked.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one Goomba before you get a bunch of them,
Mm-hmm.
and like the little pit before you get a big pit. Stuff like that. Every level is set up like that.
Mm-hmm.
They introduce the thing in a safe, contained environment.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is going to be the thing. There's like this enemy that like when you jump, it jumps as well,
Mm-hmm.
but it always jumps like the same height, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And they show it in a safe area, and then later on the level, it gets fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And like they're on the ceiling and on the floor and stuff. Like every level is made like that, and it's all very fun. You never know what to expect, and you also never know what to expect because halfway through every level, you get the Wonder Seed,
And then you get friggin' brain high and go crazy.
and then Mario gets high, and sometimes he transforms into like the gloop thing. You transform into the gloop thing.
I saw that he gets long.
There's a long one, yeah. You can get long. One of them literally tilts the whole level so that you're top down, and you're playing like an old Zelda game.
Yeah.
There are two of them who do that. One of them is a quiz.
What?
Yeah,
It's
one of them is a quiz on the game. And the first thing is like, what badge do you have equipped?
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then some of them are like they turn to like races and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Races, not racists. I just want to be clear. Like it turns into a race. So there's a timer and everything. You gotta get the seat at the end.
Yeah.
But overall, like and the world map is really interesting and like broken up in a different way where you're not just going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It like there's a central area.
It's like
and
a
then
hub.
all the worlds are around it. And after the third world, the guy just goes, the little caterpillar man, the prince
Yeah.
of you're not in the Mushroom Kingdom either. It's the Flower Kingdom.
Yeah, you're in a whole nother kingdom.
And it's shaped like a flower. If you notice
Oh.
that, like all the hub,
Yeah.
it's shaped like a flower. There's 6 petals, and then there's the central.
And there's the new kind of toad guy where his
the
head
flower toad
becomes a flower.
the flower people.
Yeah.
That they're the inhabitants of the Flower Kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
and then eventually, like halfway through the game, they're like, oh well, you can go wherever you want,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can pick 4, 5, and 6 at any time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another cool game with an underground section this year.
Yeah.
So we got Zelda,
Uh-huh.
a really cool underground section. What was it? And Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
So I think that, and it also involves fungus because it's Mario.
Yeah.
So I think the games of the year are going to be the ones with the cool underground worlds.
Yeah.
Which would be Baldur's Gate 3,
Mm-hmm.
Zelda, and Mario Wonder. I really like Mario Wonder. This is the highest, since we're doing a video game episode, I would say this is the highest praise for the good screen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I said for Tampopo, but like I'm enjoying it
This
at
is
that
above
level.
that.
I'm
Oh.
enjoying it at that level. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't beaten it yet. I'm in World 6, like
Mm-hmm.
right near the end, and I really like it. And I will definitely replay it with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
They ever come over?
Yeah.
That'd be very cool. And I really like it. It might like it more than Mario World, like as my top Mario game.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me want to go back and play some of the old ones again, but maybe not. So yeah, I'm really liking Mario Wonder.
That's awesome.
Yep. Wow, we talked about 4 video games today.
Yeah, and it took an hour.
It did take an hour. Do you have a screenless shout out, Lauren?
I do kind of.
Okay.
So on the same day that I went and picked up Fashion Dreamer
Right.
on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
I went to a local yarn shop,
Yeah.
and it's about 45 minutes away. So I went there first, and then I hit up Just Press Play, and then I went to an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Flying Fibers.
Okay.
You can find their shop online. You can buy yarn and notions there.
Okay.
But it's so cool because all the yarn that they use wool from their own sheep.
Yeah.
And like when you drive onto their property, because it's kind of like how your mom had like a separate like shack for the bakery.
It's like their house, but their
house is like farther up on a hill, but then they have like a little area where the yarn shop is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then right in front of that is this huge field where you can see the sheep.
Oh.
And they also have chickens, and they had a really nice orange cat that I got to pet.
Wow.
And the shop is so quaint. And they have so many amazing like locally sourced options, or options that come from like Britain with like British sheep.
Okay.
Which I don't know what the difference is. Just people choosing.
They go, bah, love.
Wow. Yeah, that's what they say there.
Bah, governor.
Yeah, so anyways, I really want to knit a pair of socks, and I have since started a pair of socks, and I got 2 lovely hanks of yarn from there that they got from their sheep and dyed themselves.
Cool.
Very
what a sustainable business.
Yeah. And it is very cool. And then I did start working on a pair of socks, which I guess the socks is my shout out technically. I just wanted to give the local business a shout out too.
I did put that on the tally for knitting being the
5th
shout
week
out
in
again.
a row.
Okay.
And so I got some yarn at a craft show that we randomly stumbled across in Lancaster like 4 years ago when I was here to visit for Thanksgiving.
Right.
And the business that was making that yarn has since stopped. Their website isn't even existing anymore.
I think you might have talked about this last week.
I don't know. Their website doesn't exist anymore, and they haven't posted anything on Facebook since like 2021.
But you're using their yarn.
So I'm using the yarn that I got from that because at the time I had like just started crocheting. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I bought sock yarn, not really knowing it, and
Right.
and then when I realized it, I was like, I am not going to crochet anything with this. I'm just going to save it. And so now I have the skills to create socks, and I'm doing it.
You're doing it.
I'm doing it.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
So your screenless shout out is the shop. You'll have to send me like a link to like their website so I can put it in the description.
Okay.
I feel like I should do that.
Probably.
I'll put a link for Just Press Play as well.
Yeah.
Skyward, if you ever want something from like Fangamer and you can't find it, just let me know. I'll hook you up.
Literally. If you know anyone that wants
because I don't know
local
if they have
Lancaster
that down
made
in
yarn.
Australia. Yeah.
I would love Australian yarn.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be so fun.
We could do a trade.
I'll trade you Lancaster yarn for Australia yarn. Although I don't know if he even knows anyone who knits.
I don't think he knits. Yeah.
That's okay. He can just have it.
Yeah. Again, going back to like the game store thing, like I was thinking about like Orbology. I wasn't thinking about her.
Who?
Orbology, the YouTuber that I follow.
Oh, the girl?
The girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's cute.
I was thinking about how she did like a GameStop haul or whatever from their website.
I wonder what she would get from Just Press Play.
I always forget, like, some people don't live around like any local game store. She doesn't live around any local game stores.
We're like in such an amazing area for local stores, period.
Yeah.
For
like
all
we
these
can
niche
do
things.
all this stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
This is like craft and hobby central.
It really is.
And like I was watching, I was just baffled. Like she was talking about it on Twitter, and I was like, oh, that's weird. I can just go get the Persona vinyl at the store 20 miles away from my house. Not even
20 miles.
15 miles.
It's like 10.
10 miles away from my house. Sorry.
It's 20 minutes.
20 minutes away. And like, never take that shit for granted, guys. Like if you have something cool in your town, always be a supporter of it and whatnot. So I guess that's why like this episode is like semi-sponsored by Just Press Play and this yarn shop, because we're just like raising awareness. Like that could be my screenless shout out.
Shop locally.
But I have another screenless shout out.
Okay.
I have a real screenless. I had a plan to screenless shout out.
Okay.
My screenless shout out is the Pen Cinema podcast.
I still haven't listened to it.
We said some heinous things, and Will Party called me last week, and he was like, "Are you sure you want to keep this up?" And I was like, "Yeah, we said we're joking." And I was like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I actually listened. At that point, I listened to them. I was like, it'll be fine. Next week, I'll explain everything. So I listened to the Pen Cinema podcast like while I was doing something last week, or working or whatever. And it's a very good. They focus, of course, on new movies.
Yeah.
They're trying to promote, go to the movie theater and everything. They talk about new movie news, which we don't really talk about other than our little streaming
like stuff
thing.
that's coming, and
like stuff that's coming and production, and they also, conveniently enough, their latest episode was on Five Nights at Freddy's, and they liked it. And
did they sing the song?
They did not sing the song. They're I would assume that they're like older than me. Mm-hmm. So they weren't like fans of it or anything like that, but like very concise podcast about movies. I think one guy is like the owner of the Penn Cinema in Lidditz. Yeah, so again, like, this will come back to bite us someday. But I'm here to say at this point, the Penn Cinema podcast, if you want a consistent podcast that talks about new movies every week, even if you don't live in our area, you should listen to that podcast. It's a very good podcast. I'm sorry we said jokingly, I'm sorry that we said fuck the Penn Cinema podcast, but I think they're a good podcast to listen to. I will be listening to them every week. I also found out that there was a film festival in Lancaster this weekend, but we couldn't go. So.
Yeah, we couldn't go.
Wrong weekend. If it was like last weekend of the week, if it was last weekend, we would have stumbled upon it.
Oh yeah, that would have been awesome.
But yeah, very good podcast for new movies. They're still our rival. One day, someone will be talking about the good screen at Penn Cinema, and hopefully, it's not about the episode where we said they can go fuck off.
No.
Because we were definitely joking about that. We did not mean that.
We did not mean it.
But overall, yes. Penn Cinema podcast, very good podcast to listen to. I'll add it to my rotation with another podcast that I shout out here into the aether. And
what about the one that you showed me yesterday?
Oh my god. Yeah, and Where We Parked, which is by the guy who does Defunctland.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's who does that?
That's the guy, yeah. It's so fucking funny. I hope you listen to the rest of that when you're going to work today.
I was listening to it for a minute before you would come home.
Did it get to the part where they talk about the menu?
They just started talking about the menu and about how like 9 out of 10 times you're gonna order something that your dad hates.
But there's his pie,
peanut butter pie,
is
Dad's favorite peanut butter pie,
triple layer peanut butter chocolate cake.
Yeah. It's amazing.
God. Yeah. So very good. There's a lot of good podcasts out there. Well, there's a lot of shitty podcasts out there, but if you go looking and if you
there are some hidden gems.
There are some hidden gems. And podcasts
that's what we should have called ourselves.
Hidden gems.
The hidden gem.
I don't know. I kind of was thinking about this the other day. I was like, when we go back into like our always weekly format, I was thinking, should we like rebrand? Because we always just talk about movies now, other than this episode, of course.
No, I think every once in a while we can have an episode where we don't talk about a movie.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay. Yeah, well, I don't know. But either way, I was thinking like we could do a rebrand. We have a lot of episodes under this, but like we don't really have like a following.
We have a collection
of people who watch our podcast, which is great.
Who we appreciate.
And I don't care. I mean, I do care that they watch it. I don't care.
We joke how there's only like 2 of you, but we love you guys.
Yeah, we like anyone who...
And we know there's more than 2.
...listens to this podcast, yeah. 4 people gave it 5 stars on Spotify.
Oh, nice.
I found that out when I switched to Spotify for... You're one of them? Okay. I can probably guess who the rest of them are. Anyway, so I guess that's going to be it for the podcast this week. Lauren, what are we watching next week?
Okay, hold on. Let me consult the list.
Okay.
Let me look at the list and let me pick something. Oh, someone's texting me.
This will be for the 13th, I guess. Monday the 13th.
Next week, we're going to watch... Do you want to watch Amelie?
Sure.
All right. We're watching Amelie.
Next week we're watching Amelie. And then if all things go well, we'll have something else that week as well. So I hope you enjoy the fact that we're uploading twice.
Yeah.
On a weekly schedule for like 3 weeks. And then probably tampering off after that.
Yeah.
But yes. So let me do the script. I'll do a script because last time was very, very confusing. So just give me a minute.
Go ahead.
Thank you everyone for watching or listening to the Good Screen Podcast. You can find us on your favorite streaming platforms, which would be Spotify, Apple Podcast, or YouTube. We don't really broadcast anywhere else. If you liked the podcast, give it a thumbs up on YouTube or rate the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Ignore the fact that I need a drink. Thank you, Lauren.
Yeah.
If you really liked our podcast, you can give it a review on Apple Podcasts, and that's apparently the best thing that you can do for us. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about this week's episode, please email us at goodscreenpod@gmail.com. You can also find us on social media on Threads or Instagram. I'm also going to try and post on Tumblr more often. On all those social media platforms, we are Good Screen Pod.
Good job.
All right, that was pretty good. I'm going to probably write that down after I'm editing the podcast, and we can just say that every time because that was very good. It's very tough closing a freeform podcast. I feel like I'm missing something. I made a Letterboxd account.
Oh.
We're on Letterboxd at Good Screen Pod as well.
Okay.
And I'm going to post or add movies that we want to watch on there. I kind of added all the movies on the list that it said to add, and I deleted them, and I was like, no, I should probably only add the ones that we actually want to watch. So anyway, that's the Good Screen Pod episode 53. 53. Join us next week as we talk about Amelie. Is it Amelie or Amelie? Amelie. Yes, we will be talking about Amelie, and probably I'll be 30. Officially 30 next week.
Won't it be next week that we're releasing the big thing?
Yes.
And then we're gonna do the separate one.
Yes.
So we're not watching Amelie.
We could do both.
I don't know if we'll have time for both. We might not be doing Amelie.
You're gonna be away on either way. Amelie will be after our big thing probably.
Yeah.
If I upload it the same day that we're recording it. Okay. Cool. We have a big thing next week.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. All right. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.